Is it really? Oh my God, wait, today's Friday? Shut up. And it's 9 in the morning. Okay, it's 9 a.m. on a fucking Friday. Get the fuck up.
Get the fuck, let's go.
Sammy, tell me about Let's Go. How did you upload it and how'd you create it?
Let's Go is a viral song, and it kind of goes like that. It's 9 p.m. on a fucking Friday. Get the fuck up. We're going to high. Let's go. And the moment we uploaded it, actually, the producer that I worked on the track with, the DJ, he actually uploaded the track. So I have no idea what he did about that. But the making of the track was really interesting. So the DJ I worked on the track with, I met him at a frat party because I was still a UCLA college student working like on getting my degree at the time. Met him at a frat party. We became friends. One night we were hanging out and I was like, hey, I have this idea to make a song about a basement frat party. Like I want it to have like that UCLA by RL Grime vibe. Like, and we made a song about a frat and it ended up turning into Let's Go. The original lyrics were, I said, it's 9 p.m. on a fucking Friday. Get the fuck up. We're going to Pike. Let's go. Because Pike
is a fraternity
Pike is
house.
A frat. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
I went to UCLA. My best friend's boyfriend went to USC. He was in USC Pike, and we would always go to USC Pike. So that's like just what I naturally thought of. And then we changed the lyric from Pike to High, and then uploaded it, and that's Let's Go. It's crazy. It was like a very like lightning in a bottle moment, I'd say.
At what point did you realize that this was blowing up?
I think when Ellie Goulding made a video to the song, she made a TikTok, and it was like, when you're the voice of the club, but you're never at the club. And so everyone in the comment section assumed that because she said that, it was Ellie Goulding's voice on this song too, which is so funny because Ellie Goulding's like literally like she's British, I think. So I was like, I don't think it sounds anything like Ellie Goulding. But I'm like reading all these comments and I'm like, no guys, like it's me. Hello. No one gives a fuck. At the time, like my comments, no one saw them, whatever. But that video got about 7 million views. Wow. And I was like, holy shit, like well-respected artists in the house music lane and just in the music lane in general are like recognizing the song and making videos to it on TikTok. Like that's a pretty big deal. So I was like, that was the moment where I was kind of like, oh shit, like I think we might have got something here.
I love what you said about lightning in a bottle. How have you captured and continued that momentum?
What I've been doing the past few months is just kind of replicating similar video structures that have already gotten views and prove to get more views when I redo them in just different settings. So I have this one video structure called the what time is it structure, where people kind of come up to me and they ask me like, Sammy, what time is it? Or Sammy, can you say the line of the song? And some of these videos are actually planned. I'm very transparent and honest with my audience. I talk about like the methods and the strategy behind the madness. Some of these videos are planned. Some of these videos are me asking my friends, hey, can you ask me what time is it for a video? It's a viral concept that I replicate and I want you to be a part of one of these videos. Some of them are really just random people on the street that recognize me and they're like, oh my God, Sammy, can you say the line? So one of the ways I've captured this lightning in a bottle and continued to replicate the virality is through this, what time is it, Sammy, can you say the lyric structure? Other videos that I've done to kind of capture that's like the main video I'd say that like is very like highly replicable. Have you seen them?
Yes,
okay.
Of course I have seen them. I love them.
Yeah, and it's crazy because in the beginning, months back, when the video wasn't super viral, every video was like me asking a friend, can you help me make this video?
Wow.
Nowadays, I'm having like 3 or 4 people come up to me every day, Sammy, can you say the line? It's crazy.
I love that for you.
I'm very grateful that it worked.
Where have you derived inspiration and experience from?
Yeah, so before kind of going down this music lane, I've been doing social media for 4.5 years. I started in college and I made very like college interview-esque type videos. Like I'd go to a frat party and I'd be like hammered, like interviewing people. Like I used to explain myself to brands as the girl, which maybe like I'm not the most brandable person in the world. I'm very fucking aware of that. But I literally like go to brands and I'd be like, look, if you want to get Gen Z kids, I get hammered and I go to fucking frat parties that I interviewed other hammered people. Like it's great. It's a fun time. That's what I used to do though. So I would do these like crazy viral interviews where I'd like, you know, ask out-of-pocket questions to college kids. I was also a college kid. And so once I kind of realized what works, what environments worked, I had this one concept called the UCLA Undie Run. It was a tradition at my old college. Have you heard of the UCLA Undie Run? Yeah. So that type of concept, I would get like 100 million views every month that I would do like the UCLA Undie Run content. Wow. I'd film for an hour at the Undie Run and I'd get content to last me a whole month. And then those videos would do really well. I'd replicate the similar questions, the similar environments. Working on social media all throughout college really helped me to realize that it's super important in marketing to, when something is working, kind of build around those concepts. You don't necessarily need to like what's the phrase?
Reinvent the
don't
wheel.
reinvent the wheel, make it better.
Yep.
I feel like, you know, with marketing, it's always really fun to try and experiment with new things, but it's also really fun to take what works and make it a little bit better. And
double down.
and double down. Yeah, really like double down on the concepts that you think are going to work for you. And so, yeah, I guess I say I got a lot of my experience just throughout college being a social media content creator.
Not a lot of people know this about you, but you also have musical songwriting roots. Tell us
Yeah.
how that happened.
I started writing poetry when I was like 12. And then when I was 14, like 13, 14, I started just like kind of putting melodies to it. And then I was like, okay, I kind of want to learn how to like actually do this shit. So I picked up a guitar and a ukulele from the local guitar center. Probably like the cheapest guitar I could find at the time because I, you know, didn't have money. I was like 13. I learned like the most basic 4 ukulele chords that you could know. And then, you know, started working on the guitar. And I'm not a sick guitar player by any means. I know very basic chords, but I started putting my lyrics to chords, and I was writing sad music about boys, like why doesn't he like me back, like that type of music, like you know, like typical teenage girl stuff. And then when I moved to LA when I was 17, I wanted to be a rapper. Girl, there is a music video out on the internet somewhere in the deep depths. Don't go look it up. But I released a rap song when I was 18, and then it did not go well. It was supposed to be satirical. It was supposed to be like a funny song, but people thought I was being like serious about it, and it just went south. And I was like, okay, fuck this shit. All throughout college, I was writing every here and then, but not very often. I was really just focusing on social media and building my following and also like getting my fucking degree. So I wasn't really writing. And then my first session back since when I was 18 years old was when we made Let's Go. I was out of the music studio for like 3 years.
Wow. What
Yeah.
brought you back into the studio?
Literally coincidence. Meeting the DJ at a frat party. I did not expect it one bit. Meeting him at that frat party and hanging out with him, I was like, fuck it. Like, Let's Go wasn't supposed to be like a moment. It was supposed to be just like a fun 2 friends in a session having a good time. And then we made the song, and then we were like, oh, this is real. Like this could be something.
And at what point, how did it go from you and a DJ hanging out to now then David Guetta remixing it?
I'm pretty sure that David Guetta actually reached out to Jaden after seeing it go viral on TikTok.
Wow.
Yeah. So I've still never fucking met David Guetta. I've never talked to him. I've never met him. My manager is in talks with his manager, but like I've never talked to David Guetta. I don't even think David Guetta knows I exist. I've made videos about this. It's so funny because the song is talking about going to High Ibiza, and the song is with David Guetta. I've never been to Ibiza, and I've never fucking talked to David Guetta. And he hasn't commented on my stuff. He doesn't follow me. I have no clue if he knows I exist. I would hope he does. We have a fucking song together.
I think he does.
He probably does. Yeah. What's good, David? But like, isn't that great? Let's go. Isn't that crazy? This music industry is interesting.
Amazing.
But yeah, shout out to TikTok, because without TikTok, we might never have had David Guetta. I met Paris Hilton the other day.
I saw that. How was that?
Fucking crazy. So I'm living in LA, right? So I'm going to pick up my prescription for my Accutane for the local pharmacy after Pilates. I'm like sweaty. I'm wearing a shirt that says "Bro Lock In." Like I don't look cute at all. And I'm going to the pharmacy, and there's like a pink carpet leading up to the fucking Target where my pharmacy is. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? And then I asked someone, and there's like a bunch of people in pink, and they're like, oh, Paris Hilton's showing up. She's launching her new perfume at Ulta. And I'm like, fuck yeah, like I'm gonna beat Paris Hilton. I don't care. I look bad. I wait there for 40 minutes. She doesn't show up. I'm like, fuck this. I'm going home, taking a shower. So I go home, I take a shower, I put on my makeup, and I go back just to see like maybe she showed up. She showed up.
Amazing.
And I met her, and I said the line to her, and she was like, I love that song. And I was like, shut up, bitch. Like, I love you, and that's my song. She's like, really? I play it in my next DJ set. And I'm like, no fucking way, I love you. I was like, that's so amazing. She was like, congratulations on what you're doing. And I was like, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing, but thank you, Paris Hilton. Congratulations on your launch.
Wow.
And then she followed me on TikTok. Now we're friends on TikTok. She's so cool.
And she sounds so sweet.
Dude, she was like taking the time to talk to every single one of her fans, like down the entire carpet. I was like, yeah.
We love you, Paris.
Love you, Paris.
Well, so since David Guetta,
Yeah.
has any other artist approached you that you've had to turn down to remix your song?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are we allowed to allude to who? Like, is it Snoop Dogg?
Oh my God, imagine. I really just think it's like about aligning in terms of, like, sometimes it's just about finding the right project to work on someone with. Like, it's not like I've turned down anyone to like make remixes or to work with for any reason other than like it just doesn't feel like the right time or the right fit at the moment, you know? But yeah, that is always like shitty.
I would love to hear from you as someone who started from ground floor and has really gone viral. Any advice you would give for music influencers that you would share?
I would say like I said before, like when you find a concept that works, you really got to double down and just kind of like keep on grinding that to the ground, like until it really fucking dies. Just keep doing that same concept that worked. But I guess like my best advice for people that are just starting off is like fucking post as much as you can. Like try and post as much as you can. Like just fucking throw spaghetti at the wall. I love that phrase. Every time I'm uploading something on social media, I'm just taking pasta and like chucking it at the wall over and over and over again. And you really just got to keep going until you find things that work. And then when you find something that works, you got to replicate it. Reduce, reuse, recycle. Like that is how I think about marketing.
Amazing. How do you stay in tune with what to throw spaghetti at? Like, are you looking at different trends, concepts, themes?
For me, what I kind of look to as my North Star is like, what do I want my brand to be? What do I want people to think about when they think about my brand? And who do I want to be following my brand? So I've changed that throughout my social media career. But right now I'd say like, okay, if I wake up and I'm thinking of new marketing concepts, right? North Star is music that girls like to dance to at the club. Okay, target demographic, girls. More specifically, Gen Z. Where can we branch out from that? Girls who like to party, girls who like to club, girls who are also into, you know, like self-care and fitness, girls who really like love their lives and are focused on themselves. Like, and then how could I take these pinpoints and how could I build other things? How could I integrate other parts of my life into these pinpoints and kind of just make the whole picture make sense? Does that make sense?
I love that.
I think very much about marketing in my career as like a puzzle, and you just kind of have to put the pieces together that like make sense. But there needs to be some type of North Star that's like guiding every video you post. Like I think like there's certain aspects about my life that as much as I'd love to post about, I might not post about for the sake of it doesn't make sense with the audience I'm trying to build right now. Oh my God. I had a celebrity turn me down. Wait, this is kind of a funny story.
Tell us the tea.
So a lot of the times I'll make these videos where I'll like, people will come up to me and they'll genuinely say, Sammy, can you say the lyrics? I want to send it to my daughter. I want to send it to my friend, whatever. Sometimes when it's like a celebrity, I'll ask them to get in the video because I know that other people online are going to be like, oh my God, like Sammy's with blank. Like Sammy's with Alex Earl. Sammy made the video with Paris Hilton, whatever. I was at an after party with, oh my God. Okay. I'm going to say it. Fuck it. I was at an after party with Metro Boomin. So randomly. He's like a super big artist. And I randomly, like, I went up to him. I was like, I know this is so random. It's like 3 a.m. I was like, I was not expecting a yes. But I was like, Metro, like, I know this is so random, but like, first off, great set tonight. Second off, you think you can get into this video? He's like, nah, man, I still fuck with you, but nah. I was like, okay. It was like the most respectful way he could have said no. He was like, I still respect you, and like, I still fuck with you, but right now, I can't get in a video. I was like, that is so bad.
It's 3 a.m., not on a Friday.
Yeah, he was like, it's like, yeah. He was like, he was dancing. He was having a good time, but you know, shoot your shot, right?
Shoot your shot. Yeah. I love that. I feel like you've made a career out of shooting
my shot. Yeah. And I've gotten to the point where rejection doesn't hurt anymore because it did back when I was like 17, 18, first starting off the interview videos, asking people, hey, can you get in my video? Can I ask you a few questions? And they're like, no, it hurts a little. But then 5 years into it, you're like, on to the next. Fuck that.
Amazing. Yeah. A mindset of resilience for sure.
Thanks.
Sammy, tell me more about how you separate Sammy the brand from Sammy the 22-year-old person.
Yeah. So I feel like I love that question a lot. Sammy Brielle, which is not like my full name. Like, it's not like, you know, it's not like I go home and like people are like, my mom's calling me Sammy Brielle.
What does your mom call you?
She calls me Sam.
Aw.
Yeah. My full name's Samantha, but no one really calls me that. But yeah, she'll call me Sam or Sammy. But it's not like she's calling me like Sammy Brielle, you know, fucking government first and middle name. But Sammy Brielle, I kind of look at as an extension of certain aspects of my personality and an over dramatization of those certain aspects. So for example, Sammy Brielle is an over portrayal, an over emphasis of me as a party girl, as an extrovert, as someone who likes to just be out there and have fun. So Sammy Brielle is just the brand is an overextension of certain aspects of my personality. Now, me as a person, I view myself for like everything that I am, right? And the internet will never get to see every single aspect of the person that I am, because unless I was like live streaming my life 24/7, you know, that's like where it comes in, where people say that social media is fake, because it's not that necessarily everything on social media is fake, but social media doesn't give you the full picture of someone's character and personality, because you're not streaming 24/7. So yeah, I would say Sammy the brand is definitely more out there, and like I'm a very out there person, like overall, but like Sammy the brand is more not emphasized, dramatic. Amplified, yeah, more amplified. Like my brand image is more amplified than who I am in real life. Like, for example, an assumption that people probably have about me after looking at my social media, like seeing that I'm this crazy party girl online, they probably think I'm like fucking like doing blow and like staying up 24 hours of the day and like partying. I don't. I don't touch drugs. At this point, I don't do it. I'm just afraid of it. Those Dare fucking presentations as a kid, that shit got to me. Like people are offering me a line at a party. I'm saying absolutely the fuck not. So
yeah, what else do you think people really get wrong about you, Sammy?
So I used to get a hate comment about being unemployed. So I kind of lean into that comment sometimes, where I make jokes about being unemployed. So people probably assume that I don't work as hard or as often as I do, which is fine. They could assume that, but I do work really hard. Like I kind of feel like I'm like a workhorse. Like at the center of my life right now is work and career. And so yeah, people probably assume that I just like don't do shit with my day, which is just like absolutely not the truth. Yeah.
So Sammy, talk to me a little bit about your flow and your process. When you're stuck after you've gone viral, how do you unstuck yourself?
I think like, honestly, when I'm in a creative rut, like I kind of just accept it, and I kind of just have to go live my life and surround myself with friends and like people that I love, and just kind of like remind myself like, okay, like you have a life too. Like
this is what
it's
we do it all for.
There's ebbs and flows in creativity. But you know, sometimes it's hard because you gotta pay the bills. So you know, but yeah, I think like I'll kind of just like live my life and make content out of any opportunity that I can. And yeah, you'll have a month where you're getting no views. You'll have a month where you're getting a fuck ton of views, and you kind of just have to accept it for what it is. So how do I get myself unstuck? I would say just by like living life, and eventually it comes back around, and trusting the process.
We need to know, is there a content boundary that you'll never cross?
I mean, I'll never do porn.
So no OnlyFans for Sammy.
No porn. No OnlyFans for Sammy.
We want to know, what is the secret to virality?
If I knew, I'd have 500 million followers by now, bitch. Like, I have no idea. I would say maybe like authenticity. Yeah. But then again, you could go super viral by following trends. So what the fuck do I know? I feel like everyone is kind of just guessing. Like those coaches on the internet that are like, I could teach you to go viral in 5. Shut the fuck up. Like, yeah, like we're all just trying our fucking best, man. That's my answer. There is no secret. There's no fucking, what is the Krusty Krab secret formula?
Oh yeah, right.
From the fucking SpongeBob. There's no Krusty Krab secret formula. Like, we're all just trying our best.
I love SpongeBob, by the way.
Shout out SpongeBob.
Yeah. Krusty Krab.
Shout out to Krusty Krab.
Hey, tell me more about what kind of music do you like to listen to? What inspires you to write? And where are you currently listening to your favorite songs?
Yeah, so right now, like I grew up listening to rap music because I grew up in Jersey and rap was like really big. My friends always made fun of me. Like, in high school, I'd wake up and I'd listen to rap music. Like I'd wake up to like Cardi B, like Uzi, like all that shit. Wow. And like my friends would be like, how the fuck do you listen to this at like 5 in the morning getting ready for school? I was like, I don't know. I just love it. So I grew up on rap music and Jersey Club music. Do you know what Jersey Club is?
No, tell me more.
Not many people do. Yeah. So Jersey Club, it's like pretty big in Jersey. And like, I would say Jersey is like the biggest market for it. Obviously it's called fucking Jersey Club, but Jersey Club, it's kind of like EDM meets hip hop. So like that Players song that went viral by Coi Leray was a Jersey Club remix. Wow. Then a nice, you know the vibe. Apple bottom make 'em wanna bite.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have a good night. I'm just trying to have a good night. Hold up. You know that song? Yeah. So the Jersey Club remix of that song went super viral. But yeah, it's like a really fun like EDM meets hip hop type of style. So I grew up on a lot of Jersey Club and a lot of rap. And then I just recently started listening to like a fuckload of house music, obviously. And I'd say right now, like Charlie XCX, big fan. Love Charlie. Like she is my favorite artist. I went to the Sweat Tour, saw her perform her Brat album. It was electric. was so amazing. And like something about Charlie XCX is when she performs, people are not on their phones. People are having a good fucking time. Like it is the most human experience. And that's another thing about just like house music that I love is like people just fucking feel the music, which is getting rarer and rarer these days, obviously, because everyone's on their phones,
right?
You know? But at a Charlie XCX concert, you do not see a phone in the air. I definitely think like I don't know. I think it's going to be really interesting to see how artists kind of start handling this wave of the crowds not being engaged with their music and being more obsessed with their phones. Because, like, I don't know. I definitely could see myself, if I start doing bigger shows, being one of those people that's like, listen, record certain parts. For the next 5 minutes, put your fucking phone down. Like, I could see myself saying that on stage because, like, I don't know. It's fucking annoying. Put your phone down. Have a good time. And I'm saying that as someone who's addicted to my phone. And I'm able to do it. If I can fucking do it, you can do it.
So tell us what's next for you, girl.
On May 16th, I'm releasing a song called Yes Please with Martin Jensen. Wow. And then hopefully sometime this summer, I had some fun lyrics about Dubai go viral recently. Leave your man, fly to Dubai. Very funny, very silly, goofy lyrics. Hopefully that song will be, you know, we're in the process of working with some artists on it. I can't say who, but hopefully that'll be out in summer, sometime this summer.
Amazing.
Yeah. And I'm just going to keep making my videos, talking my shit, going out, having a good time.
Well,
I'll be in summer, or I'll be in Europe this summer for sure. Oh, definitely going to go to Ibiza.
I know. Are you going to go to Hyde?
Oh, I'm going to Hyde, bitch. I am going the fuck to Hyde. I'm talking to the Hyde marketing team. Wow. And they want to get me out there. And I'm like, y'all better put me up in a nice suite. Yeah. They will. I'm sure they will.
Other than Let's Go, what's your biggest mic drop moment?
In life?
In life.
Getting into UCLA, girl. That was like the biggest thing, getting into UCLA. Like all throughout high school, I took like as many AP classes as possible. I was so focused on like my standardized testing, which apparently isn't a fucking thing anymore. Y'all got it lucky. It's test optional schools. But you know, I got like a 35 on my ACT. I was on every club I could be a part of. I was doing as many extracurriculars as I could. Like my whole goal all throughout high school was get into a good college and move to Los Angeles. So whether it be USC or UCLA, I didn't give a fuck. Actually, no, I did prefer UCLA. But yeah, getting into UCLA, best moment of my life. It was so funny. I made a video pranking my parents because at the time I was committed to UMiami. So I made this YouTube video where I pranked my parents. And I was like, guys, like I decommitted to UMiami. I can't go. Like the girls there, they found my TikTok. Like they're bullying me so bad. Like, Mom, I can't go. And they're like, you can't go? Like, what do you mean? You decommitted? I was like, yeah, I'm not going to college there. But I can go to UCLA. And it was like this big moment. And when I say big moment, I mean like a big moment in my kitchen. Like it was just a big moment for my family. Like we were all really excited, except for my dad, who didn't want me to move to LA. But sorry, Dad.